Noodle House is a well-known Jumeirah legacy brand, and it's a well-known institution in Dubai. The brand was created in 2002 and launched in Jumeirah Emirates Towers. The Noodle House at the time in Jumeirah Emirates Towers really was a big hit on the scene. Jumeirah then opened the Noodle House at Madinat Jumeirah, where we sit today, which has probably become the flagship and most iconic noodle house. The brand was looking very tired. It had started to fall slightly behind its competitive set with the introduction of lots of sort of new Asian brands into the UAE. And we went back to the original designers of the Noodle House and we said, look, customers are still loving the Noodle House, but these are the things that they really love. This is the brand DNA. This is what we need to retain, but we need to freshen it and modernize it and really, bring it up to the current 2017 dining trends, and also making sure it was a design that was future-proof to carry the legacy forward. We worked with LWD and they've seen the journey of Noodle House, so they were very passionate and keen to work with us. Their approach to the space was very much working in conjunction with us because, as I said, we had a lot of customer data. We decided what the brand DNA was about. The communal sharing tables were still to be a big feature, but what we also did is we reduced the number of communal tables, put in more 2s and 4s because actually that's the biggest demand, although we still have a lot of families and groups. We approached it that we wanted a lot more light. We wanted it to feel very organic and very contemporary, so the colours are very much around woods, marbles, and it feels very clean, and it feels very fresh. It's not a design that's bang on the money as in street Asian food. The design is very contemporary, very modern, very fresh, very classic, but it will last the time. The very modern and street feel is in the presentation of the food. The menu has drastically changed, there's no doubt about that. There's over 50 new dishes on the menu. However, what we have done is we've actually retained a lot of the classics. The classics are still the top 10 bestsellers. In terms of the menu, we also now have sectioned it up into a variety of ways. The sharers and the starters and the appetizers are now called for the table, as in we really encourage people to share. The roast duck still retains its hero own section on the menu. Being the Noodle House, we actually increased the number of noodles, so the noodles now play a hero section on the menu as wok noodles and wet noodles. We also introduced a new section on the menu called umami, which is the Asian fifth taste, and it's sort of comfort food. It's the type of food that makes you feel good when you're eating it. It's very homely and warm, and we've got a couple of dishes there such as the miso salmon and the orange glazed ribs. And the miso salmon is selling very well. The menu takes you from everywhere from Singapore, Jakarta, up to Vietnam. We have our new food and brand philosophy, hand stick spoons, where we try and encourage guests to either eat the food as it should be and as it is traditionally done in Asia, with either your hands, chopsticks, or a spoon. The other element of the design is that we've introduced some hero imagery. So if every restaurant, as we upgrade all our restaurants, and we're currently on site in Bergerman at the moment, you'll see different images. Another big feature of the design is the lighting, and I think if people come to the restaurant now, they'll be very impressed with some of the feature lights, but also the restaurant actually takes on a completely different mood at night with the lighting. We have worked very hard at retaining our price point. A couple of years ago, we actually reduced our price point. Our portion sizes are fair. There's something for everybody. We have a very warm, hospitable service. It's great food, cooked fresh and fast. Our average dwell time is about 47 minutes. Research shows us that now, on a daily basis, 50% of our customers to this new restaurant in Madinat are actually first-time Noodle House customers. It's very good to see that we're still retaining loyalty, but we're also attracting a new audience, which is one of the objectives of this new brand refresh. It has stood the test of time for over 15 years, despite the huge increase in restaurants and the food and beverage scene in Dubai, the imports of lots of big franchise brands, but the Noodle House is still incredibly popular amongst locals, residents and tourists.